before thinning down. Got it down to 4180, a little bit too thin for me, but I'll deal with it. I'll get the runs sanded out once it's dried. I'm going to move on to these CV joints now. So I never like to come and do the how-to videos. In my case it's usually a do as I don't, but I thought I might try and explain a few things to help people down the line maybe. Obviously you've got the internet and the old manuals to go by. Sometimes the internet's a little bit sketchy with the information that you get. But I'm still learning as I'm going along, and believe it or not, the tooling that I have available to myself is still quite limited. In the case of the CV joints, if there is anything that makes my life a lot easier, I'll try and go out and purchase those tools that I might need down the line. So first being is the spring retaining clip pliers. Made it a lot easier to obviously get them clips on and off. And I've also received, but not yet tried out, the pliers to crimp those special CV boot clips on. It's not going to be the last VW that I work on, so I've now got the tooling available. So when it comes to the reassembling of the CV joints, you must pay particular attention into which direction your components are facing. Now in my case I didn't expect to go out and buy a whole new joint, so I was doing some research on the reassembling of the old one. Luckily enough, the new one come pre-packaged and pre-assembled, although I still did check the direction in which the components faced. So like I said, the information's out there on the internet and in the manuals. I tend to go for the manuals as it eliminates that Chinese whisper of people showing how to do things, and that's one of the cases why I don't like to necessarily do a how-to video. So with the components, they can be different. I've got a singular line along this one, as I have on the new case. Now that faces in towards the drive shaft. When it comes to the cage that holds the ball bearings, there's a chamfered edge, and there is also a flatter edge. Now the chamfered edge also faces in towards the drive shaft being that axle basically. If it says flange, it will be on the outer side, the flange of the hub or the flange of the gearbox. Now the innermost piece that sits inside the cage and passes over the drive shaft, this is the piece that I have a little bit of difficulty in identifying which way round it goes. So again, the chamfered edge faces towards the drive shaft. Now I can only identify this because I've got an old score line from the concaved washer that sits upon it. If anyone knows an easier way to tell or identify which way this goes, then please comment. Maybe I can see a slight chamfer, but I can't necessarily tell a difference from the other side. Let us know. As you saw, the easiest method that I find to get the boot over the drive shaft is to put that plastic bag over the end of it with a little bit of grease. It's so much easier to slide the boot over the toothed edge at the end of the drive shaft there. Placing your thumbs inside the boot and just giving it a little slight push goes on with ease, really does. Got a new earth strap on there as well. Old one's a little bit ropey. So that's going to be it now for today, I reckon. Just going to go and sort that paint out in the engine bay. I'll probably do that off camera throughout the week after work or something, an hour here or there, and then I'll get back on track, and then I reckon I'll be able to get the rest of this rear end buttoned up. So till then, see you on the next one.